Warm welcome. You're with the very latest on India Today. I am Preeti Chaudhary. We're going to take your calls live in this special edition. Now, on his second hard-hitting interview to India Today, former IPL chief Lalit Modi has torn into his one-time bitter rival, former BCCI chief Srinivasan, claiming that the BCCI leaked his mails to ICC on the tainted IPL players due to internal politics. The renewed attack comes after controversy over 3 Indian and international players being accused of receiving lavish gifts from a Mumbai tycoon. Once again, we're going to give out our telephone number right there. I'll ask our producers to give that out. And we would be taking your calls live. The question we ask you, BCCI soft only on superstar players. Well, these are the allegations made by Mr. Lalit Modi in his second exclusive interview to India Today.
Some names of players have come out, and an anonymous email was, a tweet sort of leaked an email between you and David Richardson. Now what is being said is, how come your private correspondence suddenly comes out in the public?
My private correspondence was sent to the ICC. I am told today, and I just found out today, the ICC sent it to somebody in BCCI. It's the politics of BCCI. Between BCCI, what they do and what they leak, when they leak. If I wanted to leak it, I could have leaked it 5 years ago or 4 years ago when I actually sent it out. I've been patient and I've been still waiting for the report to come out. Nobody has bothered to do it. I don't know why. I mean, you should ask that question to Mr. Srinivasan, or to the ICC, or to the BCCI, or to Mr. Jagmohan Dalmia.
So are you telling me that this email, which now is in the public domain, has been leaked by the BCCI because of their internal politics?
Definitely, that's what it looks like. I mean, the BCCI has from time to time leaked out things. I don't know what the reason is, but maybe it's an internal feud between the current BCCI office bearers and Mr. Srinivasan. Who knows?
More importantly, today, India Today contacted the ICC. And the ICC is on record saying this email is valid. Lalit did in fact send it to the ICC and they in turn forwarded it to the BCCI. What happened?
If you look at my timelines from day one, I've always predicted something 3 years in advance. It usually takes media and BCCI 3 years or 4 years to react. Well, I guess they're reacting now. But the fact remains that it is on record. Nothing has been done about it. It's a huge issue. Nobody's talking about match fixing. Everything has been buried under the carpet. What's happened to the Mudgal Commission report? Why the names haven't come out? I really don't know. If we need to cleanse corruption in cricket or corruption in our country, we need to get to the bottom of it. We need to make it public. Why should we be shielding anybody? We should shield nobody. Everybody who is corrupt should be booked and taken to task.
But Lalit, these 3 names are all from a particular franchise. So why do you think why would anybody want to shield names? Why wasn't it investigated? Because clearly the real estate tycoon who has been named in the email today has come out and said he'll file defamation. That's a different matter. That's not my question. My question is, so clearly if he's saying that he doesn't know about it, so the BCCI has not pursued it?
Well, let me answer that first part. If he wants to file defamation, he's most welcome to do so. Please ask the BCCI to produce my records on him. He wanted to bid for a franchise and I banned him. He wasn't allowed to bid, and why I didn't allow him? The record is already there. If he doesn't want to make it public, he's most welcome to do what he wants to do. I'm happy to fight him and every other corrupt person on the sun. Why it's coming out now? I think it's an internal BCCI politics. I think some people want to get rid of Srinivasan and get rid of him, and which is the right thing to do. And if you see, the ICC president also is the anti-corruption head right now. What is the anti-corruption head, the ICC anti-corruption head, which is Mr. N. Srinivasan, doing to shield 3 players that are from Chennai Super King? I want to know that question, and the world wants to know, and India wants to know. That's the issue.
So are you saying that because Mr. Srinivasan is head of the anti-corruption unit of the ICC, and because these 3 players are from Chennai Super Kings, this will not be further investigated by the ICC?
What BCCI investigates, what the ICC investigates is all before you. I don't have to tell you. It's become a joke. The whole country knows it. All the investigations that have been going on are only because of what I have been telling the media and everybody for the last 5 years. But has anybody bothered to listen? No. Well, now you will listen, because I will be exposing all of this every day.
Well, the BCCI has given a clean chit to the 3 players named in the Lalit Modi's leaked letter to the ICC. Now, an anonymous Twitter handle had tagged former IPL chief Lalit Modi in a post talking about the letter which Modi wrote to the ICC regarding these 3 Chennai Super King players. Modi responded by claiming it to be confidential. After the uproar, ICC and BCCI both acknowledged the letter, and earlier today in the press conference post-selection of Zimbabwe tour, BCCI Secretary Anurag Thakur has said nothing being reported to the BCCI. Listen in.
The follow-up is, there is nothing in that. If there could have been something, they could have reported back to us. If there is nothing from the ICC, of course, yes, it's a clean sheet only. See, if ICC has not reported anything on that, that means a clean sheet.
All right, do have your say. We are giving out our telephone number. The question that we are putting across there is the BCCI soft on superstar players. Our first caller is Usha on the phone line. Go ahead, Usha.
You know, BCCI going soft on superstar players is nothing new, you know. It has always brushed under the carpet whatever allegations there have been from time to time against some of these big players. There seems to be a VIP culture prevailing among the players, you know. Lalit Modi, in his explosive interview with Boria Majumdar, has raised some very pertinent questions, I think. In fact, his revelations have opened a can of worms, I think. Why has the Justice Mudgal report been prevented from coming out? Is it because some VIP players are named in the report? Who is trying to shield some of these superstar players? Is it because they all belong to CSK? These are, very valid questions. And has the BCCI leaked the contents of the letter naming certain players to target Mr. Srinivasan? All these questions need an answer. The truth must come out. And I think the BCCI has to stop treating the players with kid gloves.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Usha. All right, we continue to take your calls there. Once again, we are putting out our number, and the question that we are asking is BCCI soft to superstar players? Well, that is the question that we are asking right now. Gurdeep Singh, our next caller on the phone line. Go ahead, Gurdeep.
Yes. Hello. Good evening, everybody.
Go ahead, Gurdeep.
Yes. This Lalit Modi is a very clever chap. Why he's not coming to India and face everything face to face and tell everything truth? When he will reveal. You see, the BJP is definitely protecting him. He should have come to India and face the land of the law. What if he has done wrong, if it's right? But the court of a country and our government will take a right action. If he's right, he's right. If he's wrong, he's wrong. He should come to India and face the trial, whatever it is. What will the fate of BCCI or his? He should come back.
All right. Appreciate you joining us, Gurdeep. Our next caller joins us from Bhubaneswar. Sandeep is on the phone line with us. It's over to you, Sandeep. Have your say.
Good evening, ma'am. I do not buy the argument that BCCI is soft on star players or celebrities. Basically, they have to be soft on several personalities because they realize that they are in a trap. Many so-called the custodians of BCCI or ICC, they now realizing they exactly fell into the hashtag Lalit trap. Okay, thousands of documents are uploaded already in the website. If somebody throws billions of dollars like Modi, what he did, he she is not that naive to believe or take any beneficiary for granted. Obviously, there are more explosive documents are coming up. This will be the scenario tomorrow, ma'am, that if it comes to BCCI, they will pass the buck to ICC. If it comes to ICC, they will pass the buck to BCCI. So this is no concrete result will happen. There is no blue corner notice. The chair, whatever the authority from the Interpol rubbished it, and eventually, I believe cricket has become something like an idiot box.
All right, appreciate you joining us. For the benefit of our viewers, for a better understanding on what has exactly gone down and that explosive interview by Lalit Modi to Boria Majumdar, our consulting sports editor. Before we take our next caller, I want to bring in Shivani. Shivani, at one end, the ICC on Sunday acknowledged receiving the letter from Lalit Modi. The BCCI says all three players had got a clean sheet. Can you, for the benefit of our viewers, take us through the timeline and exactly what happened?
Well, it's a strange case and the arguments that are being made by both ICC and BCCI are quite bizarre, because the BCCI today claiming that they didn't probe this further and they didn't have any reason to take actions on any player because the ICC did not report to them anything further on this matter apart from sharing this letter that had come to them in 2013. But neither party is willing to clarify and clear the air whether there was any investigation done. Certain sources are now suggesting within the ICC that there was nothing that was found against the players mentioned in this mail, or that there wasn't any sufficient evidence. But it still raises a question of whether there was a thorough probe that was done in this case, whether the real estate tycoon was questioned, whether players were questioned and their movements tracked, whether any, any data, any footage was examined. Those answers we don't have, and every time you pose those questions, both these bodies, ICC and BCCI, just say anti-corruption issues cannot be discussed. But I think in this case, after the letter becoming public, they must come out and tell everyone whether there was a probe that was done in this case.
Shivani, before we go to our next caller, what about the Mudgal report? Did it find mention of these names?
No, this letter is completely separate from the Mudgal report, but it is a joint issue, because remember, there were 9 cricketers who were named in the Mudgal report panel's report as well, and some of those names had, by mistake come out, and the others had not come out, and there was lots of speculation about who are named in that report, and we believed that at the end of this case in the Supreme Court, these names will come out and we'll get to know a clearer picture. But actually, counsels on both sides, the BCCI and the CAB in that matter, said that they do not want to malign the names of the players, since we don't know in what context their names have been taken. So therefore do not reveal these players. But there is nothing that stops the BCCI from actually declaring the names and clearing the names if need be. And
even if the names are not declared, Shivani, by the BCCI, what can the BCCI do right now? Because at one, don't they need to come out and say exactly what was the probe that was carried out? How were these players' questions? Were their movement tracked? How was the investigations carried out at all to give them a clean sheet?
Well, what the BCCI is saying that they did not investigate this matter. That much they have said, because they have said that this is an ICC matter, since all 3 players are international players, and since the ICC did not report back to them on any evidence that was found against the players, that means that there was nothing found.
Right.
But these are also 3 players from a BCCI domestic tournament league. So the onus could also be on the BCCI to probe this matter further.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Shivani. Let's take our next caller at this point of time. Bala Krishnan on the phone line with us. Go ahead, Mr. Krishnan.
Madam, now the BCCI has become a board of corrupted cricketers of India. Understand? That is what we are feeling now. One question is whether cricket is necessary for India, because this game is for only promoted by Britishers. They have done 2 things for our problem. One, they have divided India, and they have given one game, that is cricket. So cricket is not at all a must. It should be banned in India.
Well, Mr. Krishnan, many would not agree with that, because in India, cricket is not just a sport, it's quite a religion. It's about how you can keep cricket clean. Appreciate, though, you joining us right now. I want to cut across to Mr. Archit Anand from Delhi. Go ahead, Mr. Anand.
Yeah, I just want to say that we've been having these problems since probably the first IPL. There are questions about the integrity of the players being compromised. I just feel that why don't the officials, just go ahead and verify whatever is being claimed. These officials have all the resources at their hand, but they refuse to investigate. The Mudgal committee, they're trying their best for the names to not come out, but they will not investigate anything. Note from Lalit Modi appears on Twitter, and within 24-36 hours they give everybody a clean check saying we have investigated. What investigation has taken place? When you are charging your people to watch the matches so much, they enjoy the matches so much, why can you not make an effort? You have so many resources at your disposal. Why can you not just make an effort and just clear everything out? The Mudgal committee has Indian names, has foreigner names. Fine, don't disclose it, but at least tell us what action is being taken.
All right. Appreciate you joining us, Mr. Anand. There, our next caller is from Tamil Nadu. Mahindran on the phone line with us. Go ahead, Mahindran. Can you hear me, Mahindran?
Yes, I'm
Go ahead, sir. Have your say.
See, number one, there is a case of criminal nature or something else, or it is civil nature or AD, Enforcement Directorate. Why the central government should not order an investigation to find out the truth? Why they are hesitating to order the investigation? When a reputed electronic media in the world has said something about a particular individual, why these people are hesitating to order investigation? Now I have seen the interview from Lalit Modi. He is telling a lot of stories. One thing he is not answering.
Right.
The proximity of the Lalit Modi with Raje and our foreign minister.
Right. That was a separate interview. That was a separate interview which was conducted earlier. This is the second interview of Lalit Modi to India Today. In this particular interview, he has only focused on the BCCI and Mr. N. Srinivasan and the IPL there. We're going to play that interview once again for our viewers, but let me cut across to our next caller, Mr. Swaminathan on the phone line with us. Go ahead, Mr. Swaminathan. All right. We seem to have lost Mr. Swaminathan there. We're going to try and reconnect there. But once again, we're giving out our telephone numbers right now. And the question that we're asking is that is the BCCI soft on certain star players? Have your say. Call us. That's the number right on top. And we'll take your callers. We'll take our callers live right here on this special edition there. The question once again we're asking is the BCCI soft only on superstar players? And the reason that why we ask this because in an explosive interview to our consulting editor, Sports Boria Mazumdar, Lalit Modi has clearly said that he had written to the ICC where he had stated accusing 3 international Indian players of being involved in betting, and he had shared it with the ICC, which the ICC admitted that it had received that letter. However, the BCCI has said that there was a clean chit given to all the 3 players. Our next caller is Jitendra from Hyderabad. Go ahead, Jitendra.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Jitendra, go ahead.
Why can't we ban IPL from India? Because of IPL, there is a lot of corruption. Every big film stars and big personality, politicians are involved in this. Due to that, Lalit Modi has run out of India.
All right. Appreciate you joining us. Our next caller, well, Jaya from Mumbai is our next caller, and I'm afraid that's all the time we'll have for. So she would be our last caller in this bulletin. But go ahead, Jaya.
Yeah, I just want to say that BCCI should be Board of Corrupt Cricket India. So many years, we all know how corrupt this board is. And who are the players who are corrupted, we know. From Sharad Pawar to all the politicians. And the best part is Lalit Modi left during the Congress regime. Now why are they screaming and hitting the roof?
Right.
What did they do when he was in India? Why did they not take action against him? They always let all the criminals flee the country and then they scream and hit the roof.
All right.
Why can't they take action when the criminals are...
Thank you, Jaya, for joining us. I'm afraid we're running short of time. I also I want to thank Shivani, my colleague, who's giving us a larger understanding on what exactly has gone down. We're going to keep playing that interview, that exclusive interview of Lalit Modi to our consulting sports editor Boria Mazumdar. We're going to